Now we are going to talk about SAP Invoice non-PO processing. Okay, so as we have discussed before, non-PO invoice is a two-way match where the invoice gets sent by the vendor to you. What you do is you park the invoice and then you have an approval. Once the invoice gets approved, the invoice is posted, and we create only two FI document. Okay, one is the payment and one is the invoice. Okay, as the name suggests, this type of invoice does not have a PO. PO is a short form of purchase order. Once you enter the SAP world and S4HANA world, you will be completely fluent with these small jargons. Okay, they cannot be entered using they can be entered using the following transaction code. Okay, so the first transaction code is FB60. This would be heavily used. FB60 is used for directly posting the invoice. This happens when you have a satellite system, like you have another non-SAP system, or a cloud solution like a Fieldglass or a Ariba or something from where you get stuffs that has already been approved. So you will just use FB60 to post the invoice. Now anything which doesn't have an approval in any other system needs to be entered through FB60. Using SAP Invoice Management Module, it would be using the document processing workflow. So there's a product in the market which is very popular, and it is very robust, which is created by OpenText in conjunction with SAP, which is called the SAP Invoice Management. Before, it used to be called as SAP Vendor Invoice Management. So they have a process where they create all the document as a document process, and then if everything gets posted or approved, then only it creates this FB60 document. So it doesn't have this FB60 in this point of time if you're using SAP Invoice Management. Non-PO needs to have an approval of some sort, because you don't have any visibility what you're paying unless we need someone to rubber stamp the work. So the next thing is non-PO invoice should be used for paying taxes and other value which you cannot budget, as they are variable and needs to be made right away. The payment needs to be made right away. A good example is taxes and utilities, which you want to pay the electric bill, otherwise you will be out of electricity or the water or even the internet connections. So you want to pay those. Those are necessity. Okay, those are not luxury. There's not much you can do to counter them. So you can pay it and later dispute them on those. Okay, but you want to have your electricity run. Non-inventory item should be considered, as it will be screwed up as it will screw up the inventory balance and moving average price, as that is dependent on the goods receipt. So imagine if you have a two-way match, you are paying through a non-PO invoice, you cannot do goods receipt. So you received a laptop. It's no point doing a goods receipt for it, because hey, you can do a goods receipt, but you will not do, because it's a two-way match. You are not going to follow that process. So never put inventory items here. So this is the screen where you enter the process for, this is the screen to enter. This is the FV60 process. So we will see it now in the system. Okay. So what we are going to do is we are going to log in, and here /n FV60. Okay. So we'll see company 6. Okay. Now we put company 6 here. We'll put this is the vendor number, this is the date, this is the amount, and this is the reference. This is the GL account, this is the amount, and populate the cost center. Okay, and here we have to put the material number. So this material number is for only taxability. This doesn't have any implication on an inventory material. So because we have to consider taxes. Okay, so once we press enter, okay, and we try to save it. Okay, once we try to save it, here if you notice the approvals come. So I'll just pick the approver as me. Okay, and so this is the process where it's, so once we approve, this is now parked. Okay, now what we can do here in invoices, every payment, every invoices needs a scanned image unless you are doing an ERS invoice or a invoicing plan invoice. So those are the stuff. So this needs a real image. So now what we can do is we can just go click on inbox, okay, and we'll show that the workflow hasn't yet started for approval. So what we can do is we can just double click here, and here if you see that invoice, we are seeing this invoice, there's two workflows that got generated. One is this attaching, which I am holding, that's my name, and the third one hasn't gone to approve. So what we are going to do is we are now going to attach a document here. We can attach anything. So we'll just attach, we can just attach stuff, and we'll just pick this attachment. Let me attach something else. Create attachment. And we will just attach this document. The moment we attach this document, okay, you can see it in the attachment list here. So this can be seen. So this is the attachment I did. Okay, this is not an invoice, but you can attach anything. Now what we did is here we can see whether that other workflow has triggered or not. Okay. So the other workflow hasn't triggered. Yeah, probably it's triggered because it's executing or waiting. Let's see, these are process, and can I do complete wait? So based on the system, and see here it's waiting for document attached. Now what we can do here is we can, there is a background program that is scheduled, probably it's not scheduled a lot, so we can just run it. So this is the stuff that I'm showing now is the workflow. So the workflow is very important in any SAP environment, whether it's S4 or anything. So this program needs to run periodically, probably really 1 minute, 2 minutes, and then it should start executing. Let's see what's the problem. So this is condition. So this should now, if you notice, we can trigger this event. So here, since this was attached, let's see the code here. We're just going a bit technical here because that happens, and you will know what's the problem. So here, see, is image attached is still X. So this is the problem, but there's a piece of code that checks whether something has been attached or not. So if that is not attached, so here we can put company 6, and we can put the document number as this number. Where is it? We can get it from here. We click on it, okay, and we can get it from here. And the last number is 2019-2019. Okay, let's see, this one is image attach is getting populated. So let's see, there's some coding issues. So what we can do is we can track it from here. I think we have put the code and it works there. So what we are going to do is we are going to copy paste the code. Well, try to be smart, but you can edit, you know. So I think there is this code which we can use here. So we can put this one. And this we can check whether it really worked or not. So this is the testing client. Now we are going to go into the development client, fix this code, and so go to change, we'll go to attributes, and we'll put is image attached, and here we have the code here. So let's see what's the problem. So we can put a debug. Important thing about S4 or any product that you're using needs to have a good debugging thing. So what we can do is we can put the debug here somewhere. Put the debug here and execute. Create session company 6 and so this is the thing. So this doesn't work. This also doesn't work. So so here the code is little problem. If this is attached, means if this is blank, then only if this is X, then only we need to call this. So let me change this. Then we can if at X put and if here let's see it should work. Okay, now let's see. We will go back, hit the back button, and we'll completely go out because sometimes the code doesn't get refreshed. So now we'll see is image attached. It should check now. We are going through the code. So this is there. Then it goes. Now probably the workflow should trigger. Let's see. It has triggered already. So let's now run the program. Where was it? So if you see, now let's see whether it got triggered. Yes, it got triggered. If you notice, it moved further. So there was a code bug which we fixed. So along with this training, we know how to fix the code also. So now we'll just take this out. We'll put breakpoint and we'll say deactivate, delete all. Okay, deleted breakpoints, and you can see is image attached. That should be blank. So this one document attach is blank. Okay, so that's important. Now it works. Now we go here and we just complete this wait step. And if you notice, now this is with the approver. Now this is with the AP. Now probably this is with the approver, which was me. So now I'll just go, I'll execute. These are all my options. So I'll just hit approve. So once I hit approve, we'll see what happens to the invoice. Okay. So now what we'll see, before the invoice was looking, there is a difference now. So I'm running out of session. So I can close some. Now if you notice, this invoice is still not posted because, let's see what's the reason. It gives an error message. So if you see company fiscal year which has the following posting error. So there is some error message that they are getting. To maintain this, we have to maintain a table. So that's why it's got. So all these things you can post it. There's some error message it's showing, but it's smart enough to send it to me, to the person who entered the invoice, so that they can fix it. So this is everything about the non-PO invoice workflow. Okay, so in order to check what is the status of a non-PO invoice and all those things, we can just go to, especially in S4HANA, there is a wonderful table that they have created called AC Docker. So if you go to AC Docker and give the company code, which is company 6, and we can company 6, then you go 2019, we populate let me see what was the number. It's the number is 1717 4 zeros 1717 1700 and we'll just F8. Now I think am I in the correct thing? Company code fiscal year. So it's so in the park status it doesn't show up, which is good to know because it didn't show up. So it will show up in this table VVKPF. So it shows up here. And we'll put company 6 and we'll put F8, and here is the process we have. So here you can see this was entered by this user ID, this is the reference number, this is the thing, and you can test all these scenarios. This is pretty handy. So in this way you know which are the invoices that are created. So this only stores anything which is part, but the moment it gets posted, okay, it will move to this table AC Docker. So I can just show you something. If I go to AC Docker and I put everything starts with 17 star, and I'll just do an F8, and we have this. Suppose we're trying to check this document. We go to FB03, and okay, since this test it here, FB03, and here we'll put this company 2. The document number is 20002, and here you process. You see, oh, here is the so if you look at this one, and we had the other one. See this layout. So here it shows display part invoice, and if we go here, this shows data entry views. This is already posted. So you posted invoices, unless there is some columns only you can change. You cannot change. You can change terms, you can change baseline date, you can put payment method and all those things, but you can never change the vendor. So that's the major thing about this. Once this is done, you cannot change the vendor number. Sometimes you can change. It's not enabled here. There is a pay field where you can put a pay field. Where I'm just giving an example. this is a GE company, and this is the company code for this is GE Oil, but the GE headquarters pays all those. So you can do all those things, or it may happen is we are paying GE Oil, but actually it goes to GE headquarters. So we can put this. So that pay fields, but that is not enabled here. Now, if you want to check further, what are the different, so there is, suppose you want to see stuffs that you have entered, you can go document list, and here you can put entry date. So suppose I put my entry, today's entry date, which is 9, and we execute, we get all the stuff that was entered. I think here it only shows the stuff that are posted. So let's see, because otherwise it would have shown the stuff that we parked. So these ones, if you notice, these ones are nothing but these are clearing. These are different numbers. So you have a different doc type for this. So you can see what are the different doc types here. So this is everything about the non-PO invoice. Okay. So what we saw is FB60 is used for non-PO invoice. These are the three things which you need to always care about non-PO invoice is it should be always approved. It should not have inventory items, and it should be sometimes if it needs to have an approval. If you have an approval in another satellite system or a non-SAP system or a cloud solution, then you can use FP60 transaction. And also each invoices should have an image, non-PO invoices, because without an image it doesn't make sense. Who you're paying, it's why you're paying, because audit will come and will catch you. So these are the process you have to follow, and once the invoice is posted, you can start doing the payment. Also, we saw some stuffs like we saw some coding where we had some coding bug, which we fixed, and then the workflow started.